This next one really surprised me because it is so incredibly easy for anyone to start this like right now. On this trip, we're going to start validating and brainstorming products that you can start working with right away, along with real shops currently making substantial income with those products. But more than that, I want to encourage you to take the baton and run with it. Whether you already have a skill that you want to monetize or are searching for product ideas. In this video, I will show you how to make sure that your idea is in demand before you invest time and resources, which is often what keeps us from starting. I've always loved American history, so in our full-time travels, we almost never pass through Virginia without spending some time in Colonial Williamsburg. 250 years ago, almost everything here was made by hand. Blacksmiths, carpenters, printers, tailors. Nothing was mass-produced. Everything started with a craftsman. And on this trip, we decided to do something a little different. Instead of just sightseeing, we're using the visit to do some research. Research for Etsy product ideas. Because if you think about it, Etsy shoppers are really searching for the craftsmen of today. They're looking for things that are handmade, thoughtful, and not mass-produced. I know I'm going to get some great ideas coming out from here. So if you've seen my past videos, I survived a brain hemorrhage, which affected my memory. So I picked a cozy spot to jot down notes to use in my brainstorming session with Eddie tonight.
That was fun.
It was fun. I think one of the biggest takeaways for me is how many classic products there are on the market today. Okay, so we spent a long time looking for products to feature in this video. I don't want this video to be super long for you. Mainly my goal is to show you how easy it is to come up with ideas and then validate those ideas with the tools available to you. So we use several platforms, but today we're going to be using ERank. I'm not going to go super into the weeds with ERank for brevity, but if anyone wants to see a more detailed video on ERank, let me know in the comments. One of the items that I really liked is jewelry. So let's go to ERank and look at the analytics. First, I'm going to type a very broad term, jewelry, just to get an idea of the market. So we see here that there's over 67,000 searches for the word jewelry. The competition for the keyword is quite high with over 12 million searches. But again, since it's a very broad term, it's not something I'm worried about. Here we see the search trends is an evergreen product. There's always going to be searches for this. So let's try to narrow down the search by typing something like custom jewelry. Here we see that the search competition went down to a little over 600,000. And don't worry about the competition, because by listing more or by improving existing products, you can carve a niche for yourself in the marketplace. The most important thing is that there is a demand, and clearly there is. So next, let's see if anyone is really killing it in this space. So I did a search on Etsy for jewelry, and then I opened up my ERank Chrome extension. So here we have the Etsy shop, Lucas and Lydia. So as you can see here, they've made over $40,000 in revenue on this product alone. And the listing has only been up for a third of a year, so that's a great start. So next, let's check out this cute personalized name necklace. Shop's name is Glim Studio Gifts. So the revenue from this product is over $5,000. And the listing age is 474 days. Now let's look at this name charm necklace listing. They're called Solid Love Me, and they've earned $7,100 in revenue. And the listing is only 154 days old. All right, so this is what we're looking for. Multiple shops making sales. That's enough evidence to tell me this is a real market. It doesn't mean that I jump in immediately, but it means that I wouldn't be wasting my time to research it further. Next, look at their reviews. See what customers like and don't like. In those reviews, it may expose an opportunity for you to improve upon a product that is already doing well. Okay, so let's check out another category. I'm all about cozy vibes. I like a warm environment, a candle, a coffee cup, a nice warm blanket. In fact, we own a Shopify store that sells blankets. And I'm not alone in this. This quilt dates back to the 1700s. So the fact that this is a product that still sells today really tells you something. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and type photo blanket because I know anything that has custom is gonna do really well on Etsy. And I'm gonna take advantage of this opportunity to show you a little trick. So here we have the results for photo blanket. Now I'm gonna go ahead and filter my results. First, we're gonna select physical products to filter out any digital products. Now we're gonna click filters again. And then we're gonna click star sellers. Etsy hasn't been great with the star seller lately, so I'm gonna take one extra step. So instead of star seller, I'm gonna select best sellers to see who's doing really well with these items. But you see, Etsy doesn't provide an easy way to click on that. So what we're gonna do is go up here to the browser and we're gonna highlight the word star and change it to best. There you go. Now these should be the shops doing very well selling photo blankets. So here we see that the search is very high and the competition is moderate. So let's go ahead and click on this listing. The name of the shop is The Gray Folk. And as you can see, with this product alone, their revenue is $26,000. And this listing has been up for about 2 years. So with that age, I want to see if that is a product that is still selling and still trending. So we're going to go down to their reviews and see the age of those reviews. So as you can see, they have 2 reviews of March 2026 and some more in February of 2026. So this is still a product that is very current. That's already encouraging. And if this were a product you're interested in, you'd want to go through at least 10 of these until you feel confident enough to take the next steps. Oh, and a quick side note, if you're wondering where these products are coming from, they're print on demand, which basically just means you create the design, list them on your store. When you have a sale, a third-party company prints it and ships it directly to the customer for you. So you don't have to hold any inventory. 2 of my shops are currently print on demand. I'll probably do a full video breaking that down step by step, but if you want me to move that up sooner, just drop a comment and let me know. In the meantime, I could send you a list of resources that I use for my print-on-demand shops. Feel free to request that in a comment. I'm happy to send it to you. Okay, so this next one really surprised me because it is so incredibly easy for anyone to start this like right now. And I'm also shocked that there's still a market for this product. I'm talking about printed greeting cards. Ever since email and social media came into the scene, one would assume that they completely took over this space. So I did a little research and found some videos like this that helped me shed some light.
According to a recent poll, 2/3 of 16 to 24-year-olds think social media does more harm than good. Digital detoxes and social media cleanses aren't fringe anymore. They're everywhere. Minimalist phones and dumb apps are getting more and more popular. Organizations and groups like the Offline Club are popping up everywhere, encouraging people to ditch their phones and meet in person.
So it kind of makes sense that even though mass-produced greeting cards are declining, personalized and niche cards are growing. People still want something real when it actually matters, which is exactly what Etsy is all about. With that said, let me show you what I found. I went ahead and typed greeting cards and filtered it for best-selling physical products like I showed you earlier. And immediately I'm like, wait, where have I seen this before? And then I remembered, and it blew my mind. But before I get to that, let's see how they're doing. This is Bo Winston. As you can see, their revenue is at $3,000 with only 146 days listed. And that's with just one product. Now, like I said, I recognize these designs. Let me show you how easily they came up with this. Does this look familiar? With a $12 subscription to Canva, you will find that you have access to thousands of designs like these that you could use for your physical products, completely royalty-free. And right here on Canva, you can create the listing photos that look like realistic mock-ups, so you won't even have to print a single copy until you get the first order, with the exception of some practice cards to get the hang of it. Then just get yourself some decent paper and printer from Office Depot and a $20 scoring board to make it foldable. And that's all. You could have this entirely new business for under $500 and be earning $3,000 on a single listing. And I think that's incredibly wild. And that's the goal here, just validating the idea. If I was interested in any of these products, I would spend some time looking closer and digging deeper, probably analyzing about 10 shops. That way you can validate if your idea is worth pursuing. I went ahead and included an affiliate link for ERank in the description. Go ahead and get a free trial and get started today. Imagine where you could be in 1 year if you started building your Etsy shop today. Remember, every store we saw here started with 0 sales. So if they can do it, you can do it too. And I'll end it there. Please like and subscribe and look out for our next video.